Well. Good evening. Yes, we are early. We are well ahead of schedule. Reason why we're early is because we have this massive, awesome storm brewing. And as we speak, we had to put away our dinner and barbecue and everything else because the storm's coming and it started blowing everything around. So, unfortunately, no dinner for us tonight. We're gonna end up having probably peanut butter jelly sandwiches or something, and call it good. Um, I hope everyone's doing good today. Welcome to Beyond the Call of Duty. I'm JC. Hello to my beautiful EOW family. Good evening, Joel. Good evening, Jen. Jennifer, my sister. Good evening. Melissa, oh no, yes, your beloved husband's gonna lose a couple of pounds today. So we fed him once. He's good. Hi, Bob. How you doing? So glad to see you guys all jumping in, and thanks for staying in tune. So we had a beautiful day. I'll talk a little bit about that today. We were in Mission, Texas, at the Mission PD this morning. We then went to McAllen PD in McAllen, Texas. We then left there, went to Corpus Christi, and honored Corpus Christi PD, Nuisance County Sheriff's Office. Daryl, we are in Corpus Christi on the outskirts. You're more than welcome to send pizza. Everything's shut down though. William, good evening. Glad to see you made it. Um, let's talk about our sponsors a little bit. Obviously, we have our beloved 1350 that is sponsoring our nightcap edition, and this is the nightcap edition. We're back on it because we had stops that we did. If you get a chance, please get out there and look at 1350. Look at their code 4. It is amazing. Um, Straight bourbon whiskey. You can get it out at 1350 Distilling out of Colorado Springs. They are the proud sponsor of it. They have a variety of other different liquors, and please look at it. Proceeds from the Code 4 will come back to Beyond the Call of Duty. But besides that, this is a great organization that absolutely caters to first responders, military, and law enforcement. So take a look at what they're doing and give them a thumbs up. Tell them you heard about it through Beyond the Call of Duty and give them a thumbs up on that. Obviously, we're going to talk about Valor Force that showed up a few days ago, if you watched, and they became a sponsor as well as not only becoming a sponsor, but Tony Lett decided being a sponsor wasn't enough and said that we were not going to go untraveled or we were not going to travel through Texas without security to make sure this beautiful memorial was protected, and donated his time and his team's time to follow us and make sure. So make sure you get out there, and it's called Valor Forces out of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. That's where they're based out of. Give them a thumbs up. Let them know we appreciate them taking care of our memorial. Brandon, good evening. No, I'm not looking good. I'm a little too dark, so appreciate you though. Um, so that's Valor Force. Let's remember them. Phoenix Protective, obviously, in Spokane, Washington, is one of our main sponsors. Give them a thumbs up if you know anyone that's looking for a job or any retirees from military or law enforcement. Please look up Phoenix Protective. They have offices in Alaska, Anchorage, Fairbanks, Vancouver, Washington, Yakima, Washington, Spokane, and Missoula and Wenatchee. So look them up. If you need any services, please reach out to Phoenix Protective, and they'll get you your services handled. We have, let's not forget about Whelan. Whelan did a phenomenal job on our as a sponsor. and then KDBC did our lights. They did Wheeling Lights, and they're based out of Washington. Give them a huge shout out. ADI Graphics, please thank them. They did a phenomenal job on our wraps, and they keep us going. We'll talk tomorrow about some more sponsors, but I think that's good for the sponsors tonight. Let's go into Mission, Texas. Paula, how you doing, Miss Cortez? Got love for you today. Uh, your thoughts came with us on our first stop, and make sure we got you in our thoughts and prayers as well. So let's. I'm going to pull up our first officer. This is Jorge Cabrera. Mr. Jorge Cabrera, end of watch was August 24th, 2020. You know, we went to Mission PD today, and it was very sombering because Chief Dominguez, and I had talked last year, and we visited Mission and honored Speedy last year. But I told him, I said, I don't want to come back under these same circumstances, and he says, I don't want you to either, and it was extremely heartfelt when we arrived. Chief is a very, very, very strong individual, but this takes a toll on anybody. So Cabrera was an amazing individual. Had been Chief knew him very well. He was a handful. One of the things that Chief said that even if we were from Washington, it wouldn't matter. Jorge would find a citation and look up the RC codes of Washington just to make sure that we had defective equipment. Just a phenomenal individual, phenomenal husband, phenomenal father, phenomenal brother, son. We met his beloved wife today and his kids. Amazing, amazing family. Very God-fearing. Chief said that he had a very candid moment with Jorge and at the hospital, and Jorge was at peace. He said if God is calling, then he's being beckoned to do a higher job, and so very, very humbling experience. Again, like I just full of life, loved his department, loved working. So he'll be one that we'll do a cheer for tonight. We have 4 officers, so let's not start all at once. Our after Mission, we went to McAllen, and we went to go honor Eldemiro Garza Jr. His end of watch was July 11th, 2020. Ismail was shot and killed responding to a domestic disturbance. There's really not a lot you can say. I mean, he was doing his job, got killed in the line of duty. Just wasn't a lot you could say. And then, so there was both these officers were responded, and both got killed. So I apologize, I didn't clarify that. Garza and Chavez, both from McAllen. And McAllen was pretty hurting. We got to see and meet the chief, or assistant acting chief, the exiting mayor, the new mayor, and all the officers, and it was a very, very humbling experience. I think for me, the sisters and the nieces and nephews, and the father, where you have a loss of a son, and there's no words that can say anything. Uh, the sisters lost a brother. The nieces and nephews lost an uncle. Um, Wife lost a husband. So again, let's keep them in our thoughts and prayers. We're blessed on a Sunday night to be sitting around watching Facebook and listening to a guy yak away. And uh, these survivors don't have that tonight. They they don't have their loved one there. They don't have the ability of having a conversation. Um, and again, I'll remind everyone: these are beautiful men and women. They're servants. They don't question anything. They don't. They just want to serve and protect. And in the end, the heroes suffer, and there's an emptiness that cannot be filled. And then you get over it after a number of years. Yeah, absolutely. But that emptiness is always going to be there. It doesn't matter if you find something else to fill it. That emptiness will always be there. There'll be something, a smell, a taste, a noise that will always remind you of your son. A smile, a laughter, a chuckle that'll remind you of your husband. A joke, a prank that'll remind you of your brother. So they are all missing, these two beautiful men. So from there, we ended up going to Corpus Christi. And at Corpus Christi, we honored three officers. We honored Captain Danny Lorbrea with the Nueces County Sheriff's Office. And I'll go on a little bit further after that. But again, we talk about an individual that's just an amazing, amazing person. That's not, that wasn't the right, it was Lance, you got the names wrong. Because this is Sergeant. Sergeant. Yeah, Sergeant Raul Salazar. Yeah. With Corpus Christi. With Nuisance County. Yeah. So he died after contracting COVID. I met his beautiful, beautiful wife and beautiful daughter. He had served in law enforcement for 22 years. 22 years. So it just shows you dedication and love. Just absolutely shows you dedication and love. So Charlie Williams Jr., Corpus Christi PD. Charlie was an amazing individual. Served with the department for 35 years in the patrol division. 35 years. Just an amazing, amazing man. Alan McCullum. He was struck and killed by a vehicle. U.S. Army veteran. That wasn't enough. He was also a Bronze Star recipient. That wasn't enough. Decided to join and was with Corpus Christi Police Department for 7 years. Survived by his wife and 3 children. Wife and 3 children. Let that sink in, folks. As we sit here on a Sunday evening enjoying supper, enjoying beverages, enjoying life. We're breathing, we're living. And these beautiful men and women have left behind survivors, heroes, children that will not see their dads or their uncles, fathers that won't see their sons. Take a moment, let that digest, and this is why we need to remember. We need to make sure the survivors don't ever doubt that we are going to forget their beloved ones. We want to make sure that the survivors know who their loved one was, that their loved one was a servant, that they did do for their city, for their community, for their state, for their country. They did the ultimate sacrifice. What more can we ask? Well, I don't think we need to ask anymore. I think we need to say, gentlemen, rest in peace. We have the watch. We may not have the watch the way you had it, but from beyond the call of duty, I promise you, we will not forget you. So, to our 5 gentlemen for this evening, God bless you all. Thank you for introducing us to your families. And may you all rest in peace from 1350 and beyond the call of duty. Cheers. Well, folks, tomorrow we will be day number 19. We'll be at the Wharton County Sheriff's Office at the Wharton County Youth Fairgrounds, honoring Deputy Raul Gomez. We'll then go to Rosario County Constable's office, and we'll be there to honor Deputy Brad Briscoe and Constable David Tacker. So please, 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 if you can get down there, get into our neck of the woods, let us know. Follow us, pass our information around. Go on to Facebook, like us. If you know any good corporate sponsors, please send them our way. Above all, as I've said again and again, let's not forget about our beloved survivors, our beloved heroes. Let's make sure they know that their heroes are not going to be forgotten. Let's make sure of this. It takes one person to start something. It takes 2 people to make something. It takes 3 people to organize something. It takes all of you to make it happen and keep it going. So God bless all of you. Love you all. And see you guys tomorrow evening.